So to get back at Trump, China started a propaganda war on social media, especially TikTok, claiming that all these luxury goods that Americans pay so much money for, Europeans pay so much money for, are actually made in China. Let's talk about
$3 on Amazon.
So who's really winning here? The brands, they're still cashing out. The celebs, they're still collecting checks. The influencers, they still getting PR boxes and event invites. You know who's not winning? You, the customer. And this couldn't have come at a worse time for them, because ever since the US cracked down with those aggressive tariffs against Chinese imports, global brands have been forced to show their hand. And guess what? Hermes is one of the brands that might get hit the hardest, because when most of your so-called French craftsmanship is coming from Shenzhen factories, you got a big problem.
What if I told you that we have badly underestimated China and their desire to destroy the United States economically? Because let's be very honest, folks. You can't come to America and start a war. Why is that? Because everybody's armed with multiple weapons. That is why America has never been attacked. However, you can attack us different ways, one of which is through our pocketbook. Now, we all know that President Trump applied tariffs to China, to Russia, to even the playing field, folks, so that American-made goods would be welcome in other countries at the same price that we pay for their cheap goods. And China has always been known for the counterfeit king.
China taking the lead. China actually has the largest counterfeit market in the world, with counterfeit and pirated goods from China accounting for 75% of the value of these type of goods that were seized by the U.S. Customs in 2021. And in the past, it seems that China was a bit more strict about counterfeit laws. However, they seem to be loosening them in response to Trump's trade war. According to Glitz, China is expected to open the floodgates of counterfeit to play into this economic duel with the U.S.
China has always also been known for stealing intellectual property. There are a lot of lawsuits, if you'll spend a few minutes and look, where Chinese agents have stolen from American corporations in China and then taken that knowledge, those ideas, and created counterfeits with them. So if you'd like to support our channel so we can continue making videos like this, right here is our Cash App. Otherwise, you can look at the top of comments. Basically, everything you get from China is either toxic, it's made with chemicals that'll eventually hurt your body. I did a video on Temu not long ago, folks, advising you guys not to purchase from them. The clothing, they have found toxic chemicals in the clothing. They have found that when they sell you like face creams, that there are chemicals in those creams that are carcinogenic. So I advise you to go find that video. It's a few months old, but you can find it in the videos list. Listen to me. We don't want America flooded with cheap Chinese goods. I know people like to buy. In fact, purchasing things, some people use it to soothe themselves. It's actually an addiction. So welcome back to Starkey Farmstead, folks. Let's have this conversation, because what I'm fixing to show you is going to blow your mind.
Taking a jab at Donald Trump's trade war, Chinese manufacturers allegedly exposing the truth behind the production of luxury goods. Tell us more about that.
That's right, Sharon. That in response to Trump's tariff hikes, Chinese factories are flooding TikTok with viral content claiming to expose how luxury goods are really made in China. For brands such as Gucci, Prada, Louis Vuitton, Hermes, all the way to Lululemon and Nike, as they say, their same factories produce the same products for a fraction of the cost. This creator, for instance, says this Dior bag that costs $6,000 in boutique only costs him $300 to make. On TikTok, the discussion hashtag China manufacturer is trending, with over 11,000 posts where content creators are listing Chinese manufacturers so that consumers can buy directly from from their factories. The man driving the debate, this user at Sandbag2, with this video that has garnered millions of views on TikTok, this Chinese manufacturer claims that many high-end products, for instance, here he shows the infamous Birkin bag, is actually made in China. So we'll summarize a bit. This user claims that 80% of luxury handbags are made in China and that the finishing touches, for instance, labeling and packaging, is done in Europe. In addition to demonstrating the production process, users like these also offer viewers advice on how to directly order from their factories with these type of links in order to avoid markups and reduce tariffs, urging American users to bypass the middlemen and to buy directly from their factories in China.
So what I have heard all over TikTok is that people actually believe that these retailers of luxury goods are using slave labor in China to make these goods. But folks, listen to me. The Chinese Communist Party is lying to you. Let's start with Hermes, all right? These people actually have like 15,000 employees that are trained. Some employees do things like stitching. That's all they do, is this one specific stitch every day in the bag. And China's trying to claim that they create the bag, send them over there, and they just stamp it and sell it back to you.
Be able to manufacture a Kelly bag. This that you've just seen, the perlage, you need to be very skilled and very, very good.
Some of Hermes products are made in China. Towels are from Fuyue in Shandong. They also make products for Chanel and IKEA. Beddings are from Yue in Shandong. Men's shoes are from Shachi in Shandong. Tableware are from Gaochun in Jiangsu.
It was my first time shopping at Hermes, and let me tell you how it went.
We got a lot of requests, do Hermes next. And that's why we're here in the Highland Park Mall.
Made in Italy, made in China, or maybe made in Chitaly.
So you guys know that YouTube demonetized me for speaking truth. So I need you to row in my boat. You can send anything that you feel led by God to do, but please look in the top of comments and decide to hop in this boat with us, because more people need to report this. Folks, this is the same thing that China did when they started misinformation and a direct attack on President Trump the first go round, then his second attempt at his presidency, and now this. China has been after America for the past 40 years. We have the Chinese Communist Party owning farmland in our country. We have the Chinese Communist Party that owns our pork slaughterhouses and producers, okay? China owns some of our ports where they bring goods into our country, and there are even toll booths in specific states owned by China. The Chinese Communist Party wines and dines the governors of America every single year. So China is in our business. They are the ones, I honestly believe, that are behind the racial war that's fixing to pop off this summer in America. They push to destroy us. America is the bastion of freedom. We are the last hill to die on. Europe's gone. I told you guys, in 15 years, Europe will be America's biggest threat. Our trade deficit with China reached $140.5 billion in March of 2025 because manufacturers rushed to beat the 145% tariff against Chinese imports. So basically, I'd like to know what you think. Me personally, I can't imagine spending $30,000 on a handbag, but people do it, and people work really hard for those things. So you guys let me know what you think. So if you enjoy content like this, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment, hit the thumbs up, ring the notification bell. Decide you want to help support us financially, because we can't do this without you guys. Love you all.